All right, look. Now on my channel, we get straight to the content. So listen, normally on this channel, we cover the Joe Button podcast, right? A little bit about sports, but mainly we cover the Joe Button podcast, right? So if you're familiar with my content, I'm 40 years old, but I'm 40, so I remember dial-up internet. So I'm like a real early stage fossil unk when it comes to like this internet culture, right? So when I say I'm in these YouTube streets, I mean, I'm on YouTube a lot, right? And a lot of us are, right? I'm a regular consumer like you, right? So I thought it would be good to make a video and give y'all like my honest perspective, especially if you're a subscriber and if you're not, because this person I'm about to talk about, he is polarizing. I can't lie, right? So like maybe in the middle of the year, right? Sometimes like I do a good job of like managing my algorithm, right? So it'll be sports, it'll be streamers, it used to be Joe Rogan, not anymore. He got toxic. But like my stuff got all types of stuff. Science, stuff about the ocean, stuff about the universe, like random, right? So randomly my algorithm shows me, and I do watch like streamers play video games and stuff like that. Like I used to play games a lot. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, as a gamer my whole life, I just recently turned 41. I don't really play the game like that no more, yo. And it's like crazy. Like the most I'll play is like college football dynasty. I was playing Path of Exile, but I was like, damn, I'm falling like I don't got love for the game no more like that, right? Excuse me, right? But like I still see a lot of people play the game. I got daughters. My youngest daughter, she watches Corey Kenshin. So like I get streamers, right? I get people that play the game, right? So for no apparent reason, right? I come across this dude that's playing fighting games, right? Now, I never been really good at fighting games. I was a guy that would like let's say my homie's playing fighting games, right? I would pick Hurang and him and Eddie. And I would just spam kicks with Hurang and then just do a bunch of flippy bullshit with Eddie, right? So I see this streamer, right? So I click on the video. So at the time I didn't know. I'm taking y'all through a journey. If you clicked on this video, I'm about to tell y'all how I was introduced to this guy, right? So his name is Low Tier God, right? So now I know, I don't know if I was watching his channel because he gets banned a lot, or I was watching another person's channel, right? But I'm watching this dude, Low Tier God, right? I'm not really good at fighting games. All my homies play it, but they used to play it. We all older now. We unks, like, you know what I'm saying? But so he's playing this fighting game, right? And I'm watching this shit. I'm fresh off work, so I'm watching it. And I'm like, yo, this dude's like funny. Like, I'm watching him. I'm like, what's his name? And I'm like, Low Tier God. I'm like, yo, this dude is funny. I actually was like, it was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, right? Try to watch the whole video because I'm like gonna give y'all my real perspective, right? So then I'm like, all right, I end up falling asleep or whatever. So another day I'm like, oh, I end up subscribe whatever channel it was. I don't remember the channel. I wish I could give him a shout out, right? But I'm like, oh, let me subscribe to this channel. So then the next day I come back, like, and I'm a chill guy. Like I'll work out, I'll play ball. It's winter where I'm at right now, so there ain't no playing ball outside unless you go to LA Fitness. But I'm like, I subscribe to the channel, so I go back for it, right? So I'm watching this guy play fighting games, and I don't play fighting games. But like, if you black like me, especially if you grew up like in the inner city, even if you move from the inner city, in the inner city, like fighting games, combat games, we doing that. Like, and I'm not but like black culture are really into fighting games, right? Shout out to the young bull Sonic Fox. Because of Low Tier God, I ended up finding out who Sonic Fox was. I never even heard of this dude. Because I don't play fighting games, you know what I'm saying? And my homies that play fighting games, they don't watch streamers and all this. I'm a dork like that, right? So I end up watching this YouTube channel, and I'm watching videos of this dude, Low Tier God, right? Now, I've been around for a long time. I told y'all, I'm 40. I actually just turned 41. Got to remind myself to say I'm 41. So I'm watching this low tier God, And I'm like, damn, like I watch a lot of streamers. I got an older daughter, I got a younger daughter. So like I watch streamers with them and stuff like that, Kai Cenat, Speed. Now, granted, I'm gonna give you a little history of me, just small. I used to play a lot of 2K. So like when it comes to like Aiden Ross, Agent, Duke, Phantom, a lot of these guys, Speed, they come from the 2K community, right? So when I was still gaming, you know what I'm saying, I was still playing 2K. So when you looking up a jump shot video or this or that, these guys are coming up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I'm familiar with the 2K community and like how a lot of these guys that y'all watch to this day, especially the real popular ones. I don't know if Kai Cenat played. I'm familiar with Kai Cenat. I don't know if he played 2K, but Speed was like really early grinding on 2K. So I watched a lot of sports streamers and stuff like that. Ciabatta Mix, stuff like that, right? So for me to watch this dude playing a fighting game is crazy. So I turn on the video again and I'm watching this dude. Now, I'm going to give y'all my honest opinion about Low Tier God, right? The more I just chill, lay down, like I'm chilling, right? So let's say I'm about to make something to eat. I'll throw on the YouTube. I'll throw on Low Tier God. I'm throwing on this channel because this dude is entertaining. I'm watching this dude play the fighting games. And like, I believe he's from the West Coast. I'm from the East Coast. But like, I relate to the swagger. Like, and he's talking shit. And I'm loving it. Like, I'm 6'5", he's 6'5". If y'all are not tall, right? It's nothing wrong with not being tall, right? I'm not gonna like go into that, but like I'm 6'5". When you a 6'5" black dude, it's like being a white busty woman. So like 9 times out of 10, wherever I go, I'm getting eyes. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the most handsome person. Y'all looking at me. Clearly I'm not. But when you're tall, especially 6'5", you get a lot of attention. You could go to Target, Walmart, wherever you go. If you're on your 2 feet, you get a lot of attention, like a busty white woman, no bra, and just the nipples is showing. It's a little cold. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm listening to this dude, Low Tier God. He's talking a lot of shit. And I'm cracking up. I'm like, yo, he remind me of like one of my cousins or one of my homies. And then some things he talk about, he remind me of himself, right? The more I start watching him, my algorithm starts showing me him not playing a video game where he's just like talking about different topics and stuff, right? I'm gonna take a sip of this. Come on, chilling with y'all. This is where it starts to go left. So like now, I might have been listening and checking out his content for like a couple months now, right? So now I'm watching videos, and the whole time I'm on YouTube, because like at the time I didn't know it was people clipping up his stuff, but they clipping up his stuff, but I'm watching it, right? And they clipping up his stuff with no commentary. So I'm watching it. So I start hearing about his political views and his views on like race and stuff like that, right? And I'm like, the hell is wrong with this dude? Remember, I'm telling y'all, I went from enjoying his content. When I tell y'all, and if you're not a YouTube nerd, if you don't really watch content, this is not the conversation for you. But when I'm watching this dude content, I'm like, yo, you got Soluminati, you got Flight Reacts, and you got Low Tier God. The fact that he has me watching him play fighting games goes to show he's super entertaining. But once I start hearing about his own ideologies, I start going into a spiral. And as I go into the spiral where I'm like, I can't believe the dude that's this entertaining, sorry about that, is this toxic and self-hating, right? So as I go into a spiral, my YouTube algorithm goes into a spiral, right? Now, I'm not going to be disrespectful. It's certain things out there about Low Tier God I'm not here to talk about. I'm not. And it's enough content on YouTube for you to find out what things they are and there aren't about Low Tier God, if they're true or not. I'm not doing all that. And I have been down a Low Tier God rabbit hole. So I'm familiar with all this stuff. But I'm not perfect in my life. A lot of us not. So I'm not here to judge him on that. I'm here to judge him on his self-hate. And it's hard to categorize it as self-hate because I don't think he hates himself at all. But I'm not familiar with like how he was raised, how his father treated him, how his mother treated him, how his cousins treated him, how his grandparents treated him. I'm not familiar with all of that, but he has a lot of hate for the black culture. And the funniest thing about a guy like Low Tier God, the way he conducts himself, he is clearly from the black culture. Even early on when I'm listening to his, like, he's creating his own language. So he's calling, like, let's say you see a ghetto black dude, right? And I'm from the hood. I'm never in support of ghetto nonsense. Listen, I'll listen to like rap music, even the young bulls, and they be popping it. But I'm talking about if I'm at Wawa and I see a black person like myself acting ghetto, I don't like that, right? But Low Tier God has a way of putting that on the whole black culture, all black people, and he's black. So he might disguise it as, oh, I'm a new age black. But he doesn't really talk about new age blacks. He only talks about calling people rogism. I don't think he ever said that. I'm going to just give y'all that, right? Now, he gets the word rog from Balrog, right? It's a Street Fighter character. Now, originally, Balrog's name was supposed to be Bison. I learned all this going down this damn Low Tier God rabbit hole because I don't even care about fighting games like that, bro. Most I ever played was fighting boxing games, right? So the more I listen to him talk about topics and stuff like that, I'm like, it actually is like crazy. Like, damn, like, it's a cool dude. Clearly, he's with the culture. You see how he carries himself, his confidence, the slang, everything. Why does he hate black people so much? And he's a black man. And he's a 6'5" black man like me. So he knows what that comes with. You get a lot of good attention. You get a lot of bad attention. I never go around pants sagging, stuff like this. Like, you see I'm talking to y'all. I got like a little hoodie t-shirt. This old, just from the Hoodie Mellow days, right? Because I like playing ball, and I still play ball. But it's just like, he puts that on all of us, and it's like, Low Tier God, why would you do that? When you listen to him, he'll show respect to white culture, Hispanic culture, Asian culture, Indian culture. But every time it comes to black culture, it's massive amounts of disrespect. Now, granted, maybe some of these trolls are black. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, at the time, I didn't know I was following troll channels, right? And they're labeled troll channels, but all of them don't actually troll. Some of them just share his content, and I get it. He wants those numbers, and you got these people breaking down his content. So, like, it's stepped on. If you know about some inner city shit, it's stepped on, right? His product is getting stepped on, right? So I can see him being frustrated. But the visceral he has towards the black community is crazy as a 6'5" black dude. So now I start off on a positive note. So now I'm going down a crazy negative rabbit hole for Low Tier God. And the whole time I'm not judging him. People might talk about this and that, and they talk about his age, whatever. Talk about his age. They might talk about this. I'm literally coming from an unbiased perspective because I never heard this guy until this year. But like, all you got to do is listen to him and how he talks about like the Balrog shit. That shit is funny, calling people rocks. I'm not going to lie. And if he's beating a person, now granted, he will bust a lot of people's ass in fighting games. A lot of times he complains that he has to deal with like stream snipers. Them stream snipers that play him be on his fucking ass. They be cooking him. But that makes it entertaining. I'm an old head, so I can look at this as a different perspective. But if you're online, if you're in these YouTube streets, even TikTok, you know, no matter how we feel, let's put all that to the side. This dude, Low Tier God, is entertaining, bro. But this self-hate, this black hate, bro, you only popping because you got like a black swagger, bro. And I ain't trying to be biased, but like black culture is super popular in America. So when you feeding into all these racist ideologies, Low Tier God, How is that going to be beneficial towards you, bro? And I'm a regular worker. Low tier guy probably got way more money than me. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, I'm looking at a dude who is super creative. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about Kai Cenat, right? I watch a lot of his content with my daughters. They watch his content. My oldest, not so much, but my youngest, right? If you're just sitting down to watch somebody play a video game, right? Low tier God's personality is actually better than Kai Cenat's. He's just a funny guy. But this toxic black hate, what? I heard him go on a rant. If it was an Asian person on hating me, I would like it. If it was a Mexican person hating me, I would like it. I wouldn't mind it. If it was a white person hating me, I would like it. I wouldn't mind it. But if it's a black, I'm so disgusted. You so disgusted, bro. You wouldn't even be the same type of streamer if you didn't come from the black community, bro. It makes no sense. It's a guy on YouTube. His name is Red Dell. He shares a lot of YouTube low tier God's content. Now, granted, low tier guy hates everybody that shares his content. But the dude Red Dell doesn't give commentary. He's just sharing the clips, right? So I'm watching the clips. That's one of the original people that I actually subscribed to that shared low tier God's content when I didn't know really who he was, but I thought the shit was entertaining, right? So like low tier God, I've been listening to him for a year. Every time it comes to like a creator like Soul Illuminati, he has no respect for Soul Illuminati, and it almost comes off like he wants to have a beef with Soul Illuminati. Bro, why? Why? Soul Illuminati carries the culture in a certain way. I don't want to say culture like it's deep, like Soul Illuminati is Jesus, but the way he conducts himself as a man, as a black man, and his content and how he covers topics is super dope. Low tier God has that same ability, but for some reason he hates himself and black people. Like I said, I don't want to say himself. I think he just hates black people. And I was like, I would love, like, it was a YouTuber named Turkey Tom, and he's real popular. And it was funny because as I've been following Turkey Tom. He does real good content on YouTube. But he did a big ass video on low tier God. I think that joint is like 1 million views right now, right? And as Turkey Tom was covering him, I was just like, low tier God, what is, like, you don't even gotta act like that, bro. Not even saying he's acting, but a lot of hate that he spews, you don't even gotta do that, bro. I've been watching a lot of these YouTubers my whole life. Like I said, I'm 41. I'm super familiar with Vine, everything. I've been here with the internet since dial-up, plugging it into the wall. Bro, your talent as a streamer is so high. That racial shit that you take, and it's crazy because you like the reverse version of Dr. Umar, where Dr. Umar is too pro-black, it's fucking annoying. Low tier God is like anti-black. This was the craziest. You got to understand. If you watch the whole video where I came from to where I am now, I can't believe he hates his own culture like that. I heard him say, I don't even want to say derogatory comments about Kai Cenat, but I heard him come at Kai Cenat. If you black, you know, low tier God was getting a little spicy. And then Kai Cenat had like a little attitude with him, and he didn't want to accept certain things from low tier God. Low tier God was shocked. Yo, bro, you speak with so much hate for a culture that, yo, low tier God, not gonna lie, if you was a Mexican streamer, your shit wouldn't even pop like this, bro. It's only because you got that black swag, bro. No diddy. It's just crazy, bro. So now I'm familiar with low tier God all the way, and I'm familiar with the trolls. So, you know, he might be playing somebody in a fighting game and they might troll him, right? That shit is funny. Even if I'm not trying to be in low tier God's business, his reactions to shit are funny. But that toxic shit, calling people bums, calling people broke, talking like you above us. Like, bro, a lot of your consumers are here for the content. I ran into your content randomly. This shit is entertaining. And then for no reason, you take a crazy toxic direction, bro. And listen, we could get toxic. I'm all about a person popping their shit. I don't care if it's about politics, sports, whatever. But that black self-hate, it's like, damn, low tier God, you might have a fan base of anti-black people. That's fucking insane to me. As a black dude like him, I don't even know what he considers a new age black. Maybe he'll do a video and he'll break down what a new age black is. But like, as a black dude, and we both black men, I listen to enough of your content now where it's like, oh, this dude might really hate the black culture and he might have a whole anti-black fan base at this point. That's insane. So as I watch more of his content, yeah, some of the trolls are black. Some of your biggest donors probably Mexican and white people that hate black people. And you got to be careful with that Mexican support, bro. Because a lot of us, come on, listen, I got a cat just like this nigga low tier guy, bro. But like a lot of these, listen, low tier guy, you got a Hispanic fan base. I know white people get the blame. Hispanic people be racist as fuck against us, not gonna lie. But I shared this video. I might do a part 2, but like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm out.